While we get started here on Sirius Station, let me quickly pull up these two runners' times. Alright, so we have Apple for You, who has a 55:31, and InNoRush has a time of 50:55. Both runners having a little bit of issues with the steam. Making quick work of Sirius Station. Nice Sirius Station for both runners. So for those who don't know, the Super Metroid Prodigy Tournament is for those who have an any percent time of 50 or higher, directed towards those who are newer, or like sort of new to the scene, or those who have who've been working at it for a little bit and trying to work towards better time. You'll see here off the bat, both runners are choosing to do this thing called arm pump. It's a simple little thing of just spamming the L and R button. It helps advance Samus forward a pixel or two. It saves a few seconds throughout the run. Nice. Both runners know I have Moonfall. Choosing my preferred method of gravity. Answer someone's question in chat. What happens if someone subs 50s? Well, that's just a congrats. It was simply put in the tournament rules that before this race you're allowed to join in if you have a 50 or higher. And of course, getting sub 50 is by no means, like, it's not meant to You're not like dropped from the tournament or anything. It's just like it's just a good thing. It's nothing bad. It just means that you got a PB. That's all it is. So to also answer someone's question here, these runners, InNoRush and Apple. InNoRush has a any percent time of 50-55, and Apple has a 55-31. Very nice job making sure Bomb Terizo doesn't hit his final phase. Nice Alcatraz escape. First super missile pickup coming up is just a simple trick called a mock ball to help get themselves under the gate to get the item called early supers. Missing out on a spore spawn fight. Sorry, Spospo. Taking a slight lead here as both players start to pick up their charge beam. Ooh. Apple choosing to opening up that the refill station below Red Tower. Might be in use a little later on, in case he needs to refill either coming down from Meridia or going up to Wreck Ship. Inno going for the missile Kraid quick kill. Sadly, Kraid's mouth wasn't open just enough in order to fire those last supers in. Inno having a little bit of a trouble, but Apple does get his Kraid quick kill. Kraid being a bit of a jerk, but Inno's able to complete Kraid. Nicely done. Apple not having enough missiles had to super those little guys. Sorry, I don't recall the name. If someone might correct me. With a nice mock ball leaving Kraid's lair. Both players will now be going to Norfair, picking up their items. Their high jump boots, speed booster, their wave beam. Both making good work of making sure that enemy's cleared so they can reopen that door so they don't have to kill the enemy again exiting that area. That's right, you could call them frogs. I forget. The speed booster hallway is called frogs. Nice King Cack being no bit of trouble to Apple, making Bubble Mountain nice and clean. Inno falling with a nice Bubble Mountain as well. Farms being a bit of a trouble in for both runners. Inno chose to stick around for a little bit more, make sure he's had full ammunition. Both runners are, to answer your question, chat, they are both running Kraid, Fantoon, Dragon, and Ridley. Both now having all their items in Norfair. Both having some of the better times for seedings in this tournament. Choose not to pick up Ice Beam, going their way up Red Tower. Nice hero shot and a recovery, getting up Red Tower for Apple. Nicely executed Red Tower from Inno. Still a very close race. Both players picking up their power bombs, making sure that they have these yellow doors open, help them get a swift way back through later on after finishing Wreck Ship. Apple's setting up his Shine Spark to get across the moat. Nicely done. A nice Ocean Spark as well. Nicely done. Nice! InNoRush getting the Ocean Fly. Requires a little bit of timing and spacing, but he made it through the door into the moat and was able to fire off his super and then activate his Shine Spark. So by the time that his Shine Spark goes off in the direction he's holding, the super missile hit the door and he's able to pass right through. Very nice. The speed ball. Phantoon, everybody's favorite ghost, has a chance of giving you 3 different patterns: fast, and a mid, and a slow. Both players choose into X Factor Phantoon. Nice X Factor from Inno. It needs to get 1 more. They could finish off Phantoon. Apple had a little bit of trouble not being able to land on those X Factor particles. Inno nicely done with his fight. Oh my. Nice fight from both players. That fast pattern from Phantoon could have been a bit of a pickle from Apple, but luckily was able to hit the flames that Phantoon shoots out before it spread. Nicely done. Clean attic for Inno. Doing a nice job using the speed booster as a damage for all these enemies. Both runners making good work of it. Inno's getting his bowling spark. Now you'll take a trip down the bowling lane as the Trozo statue sets up for his strike. Both getting the bowling shine sparks. Once again, Inno and Apple just trading the lead back and forth. Both farming the cack attacks. Very nice way of either getting some health or supers. Both runners now be entering Meridia, making their way for Botwoon now, as well as Dragon. Yeah, Inno making sure he has his power bomb count intact there. Need 2 power bombs for Meridia, specifically 1 to get through those blocks there, and 1 if you also choose to X Factor Botwoon. I guess as well as Dragon, but... Nice. You know, using the visual cue for the quick Botwoon kill. Apple able to land all of his X Factors. Making quick work of Botwoon as well. Nice fight from both runners. Botwoon just choosing to be a little cheesy with his movement there. Wasn't able to exactly finish him in 1 round, but still nonetheless very quick fight. Apple turning around for some farm real quick. Nice, getting a halfie through Coliseum. Nicely done. Inno setting up an X Factor opener for Dragon, landing all of his particles, making excellent damage. Making sure you want to land your Shine Spark. This is one of the bosses where you can actually damage the boss by hitting with Shine Sparks. And the best way to hit him is to hit him towards the neck area. I believe is the biggest hitbox area. Nice Dragon fight from Inno. Apple also having a very nice opener for Dragon. Put in the extra damage. Nice! Very, very nice Dragon fight from Apple. Very, very clean fight. Inno did hit Dragon with the Shine Spark and was able to obtain Blue Suit. And Blue Suit activates a Shine Spark, which he was able to use to get back through that room a little bit faster. Working his way through the bobbing and weaving through the fish. Both players now making their way to Plasma Beam. Apple choosing to lay down a power bomb there, helping clearing these pirates out a little bit faster. Very well executed Meridia exit. Both players will now be picking up their ice beam and making their way to Lower Norfair. Have a meeting with Ridley again. Nearly getting that D boost from the enemy there. Choosing to make his way to Lower Norfair, going the low ice beam route. Take a trip down here with Speed Booster. A nice speed keep through the blocks there. Very nice work. Making sure to take a quick energy fill for Lower Norfair. Can be difficult. Lower Norfair isn't exactly the most friendliest of areas. Apple choosing to make the way through, freezing the platforms, getting underneath the gates, leaving Ice Beam. Going through Speedway as the route to go into Lower Norfair. Nice D-boost from the flame there. Attempted to do the same a little earlier with the Beatama top. Wasn't able to get it. Help get them through the lava. Inno's setting up for a short charge. Choosing to go back. Looks like he's really wanting to get this. Oh, or no. Alright, he's gonna make another attempt. Apple choosing to do the same. Oh no! Inno, unfortunately, just short of the pillar. Apple was able to get the short charge, make fast pillars room. And Apple has taken the lead. Both players shaking off the worst room in the game, making it look easy. Apple getting a nice iframes from the spikes there, taking damage from the spikes, and then K going through the platform. Both runners having a very smooth Lord Warfare so far. Apple nearly hitting those enemies for some iframe effect. Would have helped transverse this next room faster. Speed his way through. Speed his way through. Get another meeting with Ridley. Another 20 charge shots. Ridley being a bit of a jerk. Making things tough. Just as Ridley does. Apple need to be careful. Oh no. Unfortunate death to Ridley. Inno was able to make his way past Ridley. Apple choosing to get back in the saddle, though. Did unfortunately not have any safety saves, but will push forward and start back on in Criteria. Being an absolute soldier. Nice speed keep from Inno again. Instead of bombing those blocks, was able to get a short charge. Help destroy the blocks for him. making sure he takes that safety save, and while also trying to be extra cautious with the key hunters here. Unfortunately, taking some more hits than he would have liked. Has got to be careful here. Oh my. Take a little damage from the acid. Gonna have to wait this cycle out. Choosing to safely kill these key hunters here so he can make his way on through out of Lower Norfair. Nice BT fight from Apple. Follower notifications coming out from Inno. Make sure to go give these runners a follow. Making quick work, making his way on his way to G4. Nice job keeping that speed booster. Destroy those blocks without using bombs again. Gonna be sitting in the waiting room. While Apple's picking up a charge beam. To answer your question in chat, the difference between these two runners, they both use the same routes. The difference between them both was InNoRush has a time of 50:55 and Apple has a 55:31. Both runners putting on an absolute fantastic showing. Playing a little ring around the rosy with the baby here. Yeah, nice job getting baby skip. Help avoiding a whole little cutscene, getting sucked by the baby, as well as skipping a few door transitions and a refill. Making another safety save. Mother Brain can be a little bit of a jerk. Make sure it gets things safely done. This turret's giving Inu a little bit of trouble. Just making sure he wants to freeze that Rinka as soon as it spawns. Holy smokes, turrets. Just choosing to reset the room. Nicely done. Freezing that Rinka in place helps pass through that Zebetite. Gives him a little window to pass straight through it. If he freezes that in place, takes damage, does a little spin jump into that wall, he's able to jump into the Zebetite. And as the other Zebetites won't load if you pass through that. Saving a great handful of extra ammo pickup. Mother Brain. Welcome to the Mother Brain Cafe. It's going to be 20 charge shots. Mother Brain making sure customers are nice and fed with those onion rings and burgers. Maybe a French fry or two. How about some ketchup? And I'm doing a nice job with Mother Brain too. Meanwhile, Apple getting extra items in Norfair again. Baby was a little mad. Inno didn't give him some love, making sure to give that extra love. Mother Brain isn't exactly too happy overloading the baby with some onion rings. Inno choosing to stand at the back of the room is a little laggy, but also, if you do this, if you have it set up correctly, Mother Brain won't be shooting anything anytime soon. Having a nice fight. Oh, apart from that burger there. The last-ditch effort to making sure customers are having to pay up the wazoo. Inno just simply saying no. I'll see you later, Mother Brain. Apple having a little bit of struggle through the room. Kay going through the platform. Able to make it up. That room, it can be a little tricky. And also a pain. It's a nice spark from Inno going up their tower. Oh, Inno, where you going? Well, unfortunately, Inno's disqualified. Make sure he puts in that dot forfeit in the IRC chat. But why? He was in no rush. Thank you, chat. Nicely done, Inno. Finishing with a SRL time of 54:38. GG, Inno. Apple's still trooping through. Got all the items in Norfair, ready to go say hello to Fantune again. Apple nearly making that shot, but nice recovery. Apple was trying to aim for trying to shoot off the wall jump, and while jumping was able to make the gap, but didn't make it. Counterfeit Saint, to answer your question, unfortunately, the runners were both neck and neck all the way till Ridley. Unfortunately, Apple took a spill with Ridley. Ridley not exactly being the nicest. Nice Moten Ocean Spark from Apple. Uh-oh. What you loading up there, Inno? A slow, fast pattern? Nice. It's a nice 2-round X Factor from Apple. I was almost afraid that the flames can be a little bit of a jerk. Missing an X Factor particle will mess up the 2-round X Factor strat. Luckily able to land both of them, making a quick fight. Meanwhile, Inno on a world record pace leaving series. Oh my. Fair enough, Samus. Fair enough. Apple taking damage, surviving with 1 HP. Nearly having a heart attack. Still makes clean work of Wreck Ship, though. Very nice job as we go say hello to our Chozo friend. We'll be lining up for a turkey in the 3rd frame. Just making it over the spike room. Apple living on the edge, like, just don't care. InNoRush successfully completing that 0% collection run. Making a quick stop at the energy refill before Meridia. I assume she also opened up that door again earlier, in the case she needed it. Make sure if you haven't yet, please be sure to give these two runners a follow. Both showing off an excellent run and a race here. Apple having another nice Batoon fight. Trying to make those quick wall climbs, attempting to get that halfy across this room again. Back to Dragon again. Both runners, of course, having an excellent Dragon fight before. Excited to see how this goes. Nicely done, making sure to get all that damage in that you can. Dragon being so close to death. And a nice job hitting Dragon on the swoop with the Shine Spark. Give it a little headbutt. Still hoping to see that storing that Shine Spark if it do a Plasma Beam Spark. To no avail. Can be a little tricky. Apple doing a nice job lining up those platforms, able to get under the gate. A little tough, get that room fast. Trying to make sure those platforms get lined up so you have a nice little runway to make sure you get a mock ball. It helps get yourself under that gate. A nice transition. Well, not able to get the Shine Spark this time. The short charge to make fast pillars. Choosing to power bomb the pillars instead. Once again, doing a fantastic job making her way through the worst room in the game. So close, trying to get that speedy transition through the door, make this room a little bit faster. So we once again say hello to Ridley. Another 20 charge shots. Very clean Ridley fight from Apple. Ridley will not be the death of her today. Was not having any of it. Simply waves him goodbye. Heck, I'll take an energy tank from you too, Ridley. Why not? So close, trying to get that short charge. Very nice, clean Lord Warfare exit. Making the use of wave and plasma, helping with the iframes, the key hunters help pass through quicker instead of killing him instead. Showing that off again. Very nice job. All right. Apple is now sitting in the waiting room. Just taking a little dip real quick. And might I ask, while we're waiting here for a moment, please follow these awesome runners. Can we get some hype in chat for Apple? For even despite the unfortunate death, has chosen to continue from Samus's ship at the beginning and continuing to push forward with her run. Fortunately, these Metroids aren't being too nice with these super drops. She does have 25 missiles. If she chooses to continue to group these, should be alright. Oh my! Picking up that last super on that Metroid. It's good ammo count. Metroid's just being... they're just being fussy. I believe she does have 25 missiles and 9 supers. This is a good ammo count. Facing right to save the frames, I respect that. Turning back for just a brief moment, save the frames. Getting caught in the webs there. Making it out just fine. It should be adequate ammo. Facing right is the cool fad here nowadays. Unless you're Seffi, who never wants to look back. Shoutouts to Seffi for never looking back, I guess. Love you, Seffi. Apple choosing to play it safe, making sure the turrets don't snipe those ammo. As if you don't have enough ammunition to complete Mother Brain 1, you would be soft locked. Another 20 charge shots here at the Mother Brain Cafe. Offering some burgers and some onion rings. Making sure you get a nice healthy helping of ketchup with that hamburger. A nice Mother Brain 2 from Apple. Apple choosing to get in Mother Brain's face. It's a little less laggy than standing in the back of the room. Mother Brain's last-ditch effort, feeding those onion rings. But alas, she falls. Very nice clean exit from Apple. I think the way into upper criteria. Fantastic job from Apple, making it safe to the ship. GG to Apple. Apple finishing a run with a 1:32:38 SRL time. Excellent job from both of these runners. Open the option for a interview, post-game interview, if both runners care to. And I was going to take a pass on the interview. It has to go to bed here soon, as I should here soon as well. Double checking if Apple would care to do an interview. Making sure you got her message to invite. There she is. If you joined here in just a second. How's it going, Apple?
Well, I think I've calmed down now.
Having a little shake.
Shoutouts to Lower Norfair. That
Yeah,
was
for
probably
sure.
the best Lower Norfair I've had until something happened.
No, that was valiant effort from both of you. Very neck and neck all the way till Ridley. It was a very, very good race, but the unfortunate death. How did you feel about your run overall?
That was like I said, that was the best run I've had up to this point. According to my splits, I was 36 seconds ahead at Lower Norfair going in, and Lower Norfair was pretty good too. I had a ton of health going into Ridley, and maybe I should have had less health because clearly I let my guard down. I don't even know what happened.
No,
I fell off. I fell off the platform a few times, and
yeah, that's just unfortunate. Ridley can be a pain in the butt.
I feel like that's not actually a common place for me to die. I was worried about Fantoon and Kraid more than anything else, really. So once I passed, I was actually feeling like for the first part of the race, I was doing okay, but I was feeling a little bit tense until Fantoon. I feel like once I got to Meridia, then I was okay. Like, that's the part of the game where I practiced the most because I feel like that's the part where I was most likely to die, aside from Fantoon, maybe. So once I got to Meridia, I felt more comfortable. And out of nowhere, I just died to Ridley. I couldn't even believe it was happening. But like, I realized by the time I got low health, I was going to die, and there wasn't much I could do about it. I mean, try, but he was probably going to kill me when he picked me up.
Yeah.
So then I was pretty upset, but I kept going, and I kind of calmed down about it. Because like, I think that the fact that I could have a run that good under those circumstances, like despite I was feeling a little bit tense, I still had a very good run. So I think like next time, I have to treat it as I'll do better next time. Like that should be a good sign, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Thinking positive is always good. It's always tough being in a race setting, of course. It's never an easy task.
I think like what really threw me off is the fact that I wasn't playing before the run. Like I had to wait for the thing to start. I'm usually not like the type to do well when I start, like right off the bat. I usually like to warm up a bit first. I did practice a bit before we started, but then I had like half an hour where I was waiting for the race to start, and I wasn't really doing anything. And I think that was what really made me tense more than anything. That was my first race of this game, so maybe I'll be interested to see how that goes in the future. So like I think it was more about being cold than anything. If that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the first like my first race, I was tense all the way up until after Dragon. Like, it was just overcoming those shakes, keeping calm, trying to keep your cool.
Thanks
it's a
for
tough factory.
It was fun.
Sorry, go ahead.
Despite like the fact I died and I was pretty upset about it, it was fun. Honestly.
Yeah, for sure. Kudos to you for sticking through that. Do we have any more questions? Anything else you'd like to say? Chat, you have anything you'd like to say?
Other comments? Nothing off the top of my head. The second time around, I tried to do like things I normally wouldn't do in a race. Like I tried to do full half E, I didn't get it. I tried to do baby. Well, I probably would not have tried to do baby skip in the run, but I feel like I can hit it sometimes. But I probably won't, so I probably wouldn't have tried it the first time around. Second time I tried baby skip, I didn't get it. It's alright. But like, I feel like I usually play better.
Yeah, you did awesome for
and
sure.
I am like actually trying to do well, as opposed to like the second time around where it was just like didn't matter. And it happens.
Yep.
Try me out.
Yeah. Alrighty. Thank you for coming in for an interview. Thank you for joining me, Apple. And GG's to both of these runners for an excellent race.
GG.
Don't forget to follow them. Follow their Twitch channels.
That's the other thing. I do have one other thing I wanted to mention. Maybe like the saving, like the fact I didn't save. I had a thought about that before I started. I felt that with the matchup the way it was, my best chance of winning was to, like, I felt like I couldn't afford to save, honestly.
Sure, kind of play against the odds type thing.
Like, since my opponent was several minutes ahead of me PB-wise, I felt like they were probably a fairly solid runner who's been through this sort of thing, so maybe they might even be doing safety saves, so I had to take whatever advantage I could get. That's how I felt about it.
Gotcha, Apple.
That's all I have.
Thank you, Apple. I appreciate it. Alrighty, guys. So that'll be it for this race here between Inno and Apple. InNoRush pulling out the win here. Apple unfortunately dying to Ridley. They were neck and neck up until their Ridley encounters. And Apple sticking it out, making sure getting finished with that run. Doing an excellent job. And thank you all for coming out and watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Trying to do my best as a solo commentator. Never done this before. It was just doing my best. It was all. And thank you all so much for watching, and have yourselves a good evening.